Let's get started by creating a new project to host our module. I'm going to open up an Imperial architectural template. Make sure you select project and make sure you don't select project template. Let's go ahead and give this a name right away. So I'm going to do a save. And we could call it CV. I'll call it curtain wall to make it clear. And I'll go ahead and save that. Excuse me, sometimes I bounce to the other screen. And now we don't have a panel to populate our curtain wall yet, so we're going to go ahead and build one. So I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to New. I'm going to open up a family element, a new family element, and that's going to allow me to select a curtain wall pattern. We don't want a pattern-based one. That's with the 4 dots. That would make it parametric, so it would just adapt to any kind of curvilinear surface. And we're just working with a flat wall surface at this point, or at least curved in only one direction. So we're going to select a curved wall panel and open that. And it opens up a bunch of views here. And if we go to the exterior view, you can see that we have these kind of reference planes all around. And they're parametric to the left and right. So as I expand it, the other one will move with it. And I'll just undo that. And we have a top and bottom plane. So we're going to extrude that C-channel around this shape. And in order to do that, we're going to actually have to create a C-channel. So let's do a couple of things first. First of all, let's save this file. So we're going to call this the panel itself. This the panel is going to populate our curtain wall. And we're going to open up a new file now, which will be where we'll build our profile. So I'm going to go to Open and Family. I'm sorry, I meant to say New. You can tell because we didn't get to the right navigation. New Family. And we're going to grab a profile. Go ahead and open that. And we're going to draw a C-channel that is 8 inches by 2 inches, and it's like a 1/4 inch thick. So you can just follow me here. I'll just draw the first line 8 inches. Let me just zoom in here, and I'll come down 2 inches. And I have this on chain, so I'm going to click off of that for a second. And I'm going to grab one more line on the other side that I'm going to draw. And then I'm going to use the offset tool to create that like 1/4 inch thickness. So I'm going to grab my offset tool and click. And I have that set for a 1/4 inch. That was set previously. Yours may be different, but you need to make sure up here on the left, then you have that set for a 1/4 inch. And once I've drawn those lines, I'm going to join those together. And I need to add in 2 more lines to close off the shape. If the shape isn't closed, it won't work right. And it looks like over here, it didn't snap properly. So I'm going to just bring this in until it touches. And I'll zoom in a little closer. I want to make sure that I have my total of 8 lines, so I know that I don't have any lines overlapping. If I'm happy with everything, let's go ahead and save this right away. And we'll just call this the channel. And the names are important just for us to keep track of where we're going with this. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. And we're going to load that into the project, which is actually not a project, but it's a family. And that's going to be the panel family. That's where we're going to do that extrusion. And once we're there, we can go to that exterior view of our panel again. So I'm in the panel file now, and I've loaded that channel in, but it's not anywhere to be seen yet. We'll find that in a minute. We're going to create a sweep around this whole thing. We're going to sweep around this whole panel, that C channel. So we're going to go to Create. We're going to do a sweep. It's going to ask me to sketch a path and then add a profile to it. So I'm going to start with sketching a path. I'm going to use the rectangle tool. I'll come up here in the top corner, pull down to the bottom corner, and I'm going to lock off each one of these before I unclick it. If you did unclick, you can just redo the whole thing and catch it this time. Those are locked off, so they'll stay adjusted to those parameters or those planes that we've created. So I'll click Complete. Now it's looking for a profile add, so I'm going to go to Sketch, and I'm going to grab the channel that we loaded in. And then we're going to look at this from the side, because that'll be probably have the most amount of clarity to it. Let me just slide this over a little bit. Let's just go to the left side here. And you can see our channel is in no orientation that's actually suitable for us. So we have to make some adjustments to it. So let's first rotate it 90 degrees. And I'm going to flip it because I want it to be on the other side. So I've rotated it 90 degrees and flipped. So this is the exterior of the building. If you see the exterior written on the left, this is the line that is the profile that we're going to extrude it on. And then we're going to pull it out, extrude this shape. Actually, this is facing in the wrong direction. Excuse me. I've got to I got to make another adjustment to this. Let's put 0 back. This is supposed to be facing, oops, hold on. It's got to be 90 degrees. If I do flip, nope, I'm going to need 270 degrees. 270 or is it 180? Let's try 270 first. Nope. Well, that's 2700. There we go. Now it's facing in the right direction. So if I click on this again, and I'm sorry for that, I didn't catch that. It's 270 degrees that I rotated it. I'll just show you what the end result is. You can also, do this kind of manipulation on your own depending on how you drew your profile. But we need it to sit down a little bit because it's sticking outside of the exterior parameter. So I'm going to go -2 inches because we know that is 2 inches deep. And it's not negative, I guess, it's positive. And there we go. So now we're where we want it to be. So we're not exceeding the envelope that we're going to place this in when we populate the curtain wall panel. And we're at the right edge of the panel. So I'm going to, our sketch line. So I'm going to click complete. And we can look at this in a 3D view. I don't know why that always does that. So we have to zoom extents. And that's what our panel looks like. So if I rotate it now, you can see everything looks good. So I know this is a long video, but we're going to next thing we're going to do then is actually I'll cut this video and then we're going to import this into our project.